the priceless gem. In a quiet village nestled between rolling hills, there lived a man named Ajay, known to everyone as a master craftsman. He could shape wood into the most exquisite furniture, delicate carvings, and intricate designs that adorned many of the homes in the village. His son, Rohan, often accompanied him to the workshop, watching in awe as his father worked. Rohan was proud of his father's skill, but he couldn't understand why, despite his father's exceptional talent, they were still living modestly. One day, Rohan asked, "Father, why do we work so hard but still live with so little? Your work is beautiful, but we don't have much to show for it." Ajay smiled at his son's question, but didn't answer right away. Instead, he reached into a drawer and pulled out an old, rough-looking stone. It was not particularly attractive, just an ordinary rock, or so it seemed. He handed it to Rohan and said, "Son, I want to teach you something important. Tomorrow, I want you to take this stone to the village market. When people ask you how much it costs, just hold up 2 fingers, but whatever they offer, don't sell it." Rohan was confused. "But father, this stone is worthless. Why would anyone want to buy it?" "Just do as I say," Ajay replied, his eyes twinkling. "You'll understand soon." The next morning, Rohan walked to the bustling village market, clutching the rough stone in his hand. As he stood in the middle of the market, a fruit seller noticed him holding the stone. "How much for that stone?" the seller asked, intrigued. Rohan held up 2 fingers as his father had instructed. "2 rupees. It's not worth much, but I could use a paperweight. I'll give you 2 rupees for it." Remembering his father's words, Rohan smiled politely and declined the offer. He wandered around the market for a few more hours, receiving similar offers, 2 rupees, 3 rupees, some even offering just a few coins. Frustrated and confused, he returned home and handed the stone back to his father. "Father, you were right," Rohan said, shaking his head. "This stone isn't worth anything. People only offered a few rupees for it." Ajay smiled and said, "Now tomorrow, I want you to take this same stone to the jeweler in town. Do the same. When they ask for the price, hold up 2 fingers. And remember, whatever they offer, don't sell it." Perplexed, but trusting his father, Rohan agreed. The next morning, he made his way to the jeweler's shop. The jeweler, an elderly man with a keen eye for precious stones, examined the stone carefully, turning it over in his hands. His eyes widened with surprise. "Where did you get this?" the jeweler asked, barely concealing his excitement. "It belongs to my father," Rohan replied. "This is no ordinary stone. It's a rare gemstone, uncut and unpolished, but its value is extraordinary. I'll offer you 10,000 rupees for it right now," the jeweler said eagerly. Stunned, Rohan remembered his father's instructions and politely declined the offer, thanking the jeweler before rushing back home. He burst through the door, breathless and wide-eyed. "Father, you won't believe it!" Rohan exclaimed. "The jeweler said the stone is worth 10,000 rupees. He offered me a fortune for it." Ajay nodded calmly, as if he had expected this all along. He took the stone from his son and placed it back in the drawer. "Do you see now, Rohan?" Ajay asked gently. "The same stone that was worth only a few rupees to the fruit seller was valued at 10,000 rupees by the jeweler. Nothing about the stone itself changed. What changed was the eyes of the one who looked at it." Rohan sat down, processing what his father had just said. "People will value you based on their perception, their understanding of your worth. Some will see you as ordinary, like the fruit seller. They won't recognize the unique qualities you possess. Others, like the jeweler, will see your true potential and worth. But here's the lesson, son. It's not up to them to determine your value. It's up to you to know it for yourself." Ajay leaned forward, his voice steady and full of warmth. "If you don't know your own worth, you'll settle for the small offers, the lesser opportunities. you'll let people tell you what you're worth. But if you know, truly know, the value you carry within, you'll never let anyone convince you otherwise. You'll wait for those who can see you for who you are, just like the jeweler saw the true worth of this gemstone. Rohan's eyes widened with understanding. The stone wasn't just a test, it was a metaphor for his own life. He realized that just because someone didn't see his value didn't mean it wasn't there. He thought back to the market, where people had scoffed at the stone, offering so little for something so precious. That day, Rohan learned one of life's most important lessons. Your value isn't determined by others' opinions. It comes from within, and only those who truly understand your worth will offer you what you deserve. From then on, Rohan walked through life with a quiet confidence, knowing that his worth wasn't defined by the offers people made, but by his own understanding of the unique gifts he carried within him.